Hey guys, it's Ro. Welcome to another Nerdy Nummies. I got so many requests from you guys to make something Halloween themed, so that is exactly what we're gonna be doing today. I've recently been playing a lot of Sims 4, and I got the Spooky Stuff expansion so that my little character who loves to cook can host Halloween parties, and one of the treats that you can make in The Sims is a zombie cake, and I thought that is perfect. We've gotta make that. So today we are gonna be making the zombie cake from Sims 4. Let's get started. The cake that we're making today is a very large cake. I wanted it to be a cake that you could bring to a party and share with friends. It is going to be a 4-layer fuchsia velvet cake, just like the one from the game. The things you will need will be 6 cups of all-purpose flour, 3 cups of sugar, 2 cups of buttermilk, 3 cups of oil, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 2 teaspoons of white vinegar, 3 teaspoons of cocoa powder, 2.5 teaspoons of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of salt, 3 eggs, and 1 teaspoon of fuchsia food color. Now let's put it all together. In a large cauldron or mixing bowl, mix together your flour, sugar, saute, baking soda, and cocoa powder. Whisk together till well combined and set this off to the side. And make sure you don't get your witchy sleeves in here. These are pretty long. Look at these. Oh my. Before the next step, I have a witch joke. Why do witches wear name tags? So they know which witch is which. Alright, now in a large bowl, combine your wet ingredients. Pour in the oil, buttermilk, 3 eggs, vinegar and vanilla extract. Ooh, I feel like a witch, like I'm making a little brew right now. If I was a witch, my favorite thing to do would be to make potions. What else do you do? Fly around on a broom? Pfft, forget it. And fuchsia food color. Mix it up till well combined. Oh yeah, it'll look a little funny, but that's okay. Both of our mixtures are ready. Now pour the wet mixture into the dry. You'll want to mix slowly and carefully because the bowl is going to be very full. This is a very large cake. This is a party cake. My cake mixture is starting to bubble. Once your batter is ready and well mixed, I have 4 quarter sheet trays in front of me, which are about 12 by 9 inches. They're a little bit more shallow. Pour the batter evenly between the 4 of them, using a spatula to smooth it out. I'm not the most graceful, but that's okay. Oh no. Normally I use a spell to do this, but I told myself not gonna use the magic on Halloween. Gonna take a day off. Now our cakes are ready to bake. Heat your oven to 350 degrees and bake for about 25 minutes. These cakes will each double in size. Once your cakes have baked, give them plenty of time to cool. Now, time to assemble. I've separated the cakes with a little cake plate between them, and here I've dyed my buttercream frosting to be the same color as the cake. Pipe some icing on the top of your first layer, spread smooth with a spatula, and add the second cake. Keep stacking until you've got all 4 lined up. Once your cake is assembled, I've got the top layer on. Pop it in the freezer for about a half hour to chill. This will make it a lot easier for the next step, which is carving. I'm gonna be carving this cake to look like the zombie head from the game. To help guide me, I'm using a circular cake pan. Don't forget to save these corners. I'm gonna reposition them over on the cake to be the little ears. Now, carve a little bite out of the zombie's head, but this time, only carve about 1 layer down. I made this little template. I'll put a link down below. I feel like I'm doing zombie brain surgery right now. Playing that game Operation where it's like, no! Now it's time to frost our cake. I've dyed this buttercream frosting fluorescent green to look like the cake from the video game. Put it into a piping bag and cut off the end. Make an outline all the way around the edges and then fill it in. Then just smooth it out. I finished frosting the cake and set it off to the side. Now we are gonna make some zombie face decorations. Over here, I have marshmallow fondant that I've dyed green, yellow, and pink. Again, I made a template. I'll put a link down below. And using an X-Acto knife, I cut it out like this. Brains. Roll out the green fondant and cut out the eyes and mouth. Cut out 2 yellow circles. I'm using a small cookie cutter and 3 squares. That's what we want. Those beautiful yellow and green zombie eyes. Now we need some zombie teeth. Cut one of these in half. These will be the bottom teeth. Then for the top teeth, curve the top just a little bit, cut the side and bottom. Then I'll do the same thing on the other side. And you don't have to worry about looking perfect because they're zombie teeth. Zombies definitely are not worried about having braces. Now onto the pink fondant. We're gonna make some brains. Roll out the marshmallow fondant into a long tube. And now it's time to decorate. This is my favorite part. Again, I've piped some fuchsia frosting into a little bag. To get our fondant to stick to the cake, just pipe a little fuchsia icing to the top. And just start folding it over each other within this little cavity that we've made to make it look like brains. Now place the decorative pieces on the top. Final step is to cut zigzags at the bottom of the cake. This will make it look like the zombie head has been ripped from its body. Ta-da! Here is the zombie cake from the Sims 4 Spooky Stuff expansion that we made today. This is the perfect treat for a Halloween party. Lots to share with friends. And it is the first time that I've ever made a fuchsia velvet cake before. I'll be taking pictures and posting them with the recipe on RosannaPansino.com, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, so you can check them out there. And if you guys make a zombie cake, please take a picture and send it to me. I love seeing your baking creations. It just makes me happy. It makes my day. And if you have any other suggestions for any other nerdy nummies, please let me know. Leave me a comment down below, and I will do my best to make it happen. All right, thanks again, you guys, and happy Halloween. Bye-bye.